best. Bleacher Report put together a list of the top young stars under 25 years old. They factored in performance, potential, and the importance of the player's position, and they ranked Lamar Jackson at number 1. Do you agree with this list?
I'd probably put Josh Allen and Justin. I think Justin Herbert at 6 is low. I think Chase Young at 7 is low.
McCaffrey?
Yeah, I mean, McCaffrey got hurt, though, a couple times last year. I would say right now I'd put Josh Allen 1, Justin Herbert 2, Chase Young 3, Lamar 4, DK Metcalf. I mean, listen, they're all great. McCaffrey worries me. Chase Young is too low at 7. He looks. To be honest, he looks better than Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
He looks like a stronger version of Khalil Mack. So I think he's low. Herbert and him are low.
There is so much talent under 25 when you look at that list.
And you know what? Most of the kids, we put so much pressure on them.
Yeah.
There's no bad kids. Like the quarterbacks in this sport now, we heap money on them, fame on them.
Young.
And they're just good kids. NFL's lucky. Mm-hmm. They don't have, the quarterback, like Baker, I've given crap to, and I think he's lacked maturity. I don't think he's a bad guy.
No.
I just think he
plays along with you, too.
Yeah, I think he needed to grow up. But most of the kids under 25, you would have no reservation to build your franchise around and give them $100 million. They're quality people.
Yeah. Well, Justin Jefferson was a standout wide receiver in his rookie season, and he was the 4th in the league with 1,400 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Many mock drafts last year had him going to the Eagles, but when they passed, the Vikings jumped to get him at 22. And Jefferson is very happy with the way things turned out. He said, a lot of people had me going to Philly, and I thought I was going to Philly. The funny part is, Philly was on the board, and then Minnesota called me. It's crazy how all of that happened, but I'm definitely excited that I'm on the Vikings rather than Philly.
Well, they've got a better coach and they've got a better culture. If Minnesota wasn't in the division with Green Bay, we'd talk about them a lot more. But it was about a year and a half ago one of the better rosters in the league. Now they lost guys to injuries and free agency, so Zimmer's going to rebuild the defense, which they need to. They actually have unbelievable offensive talent. Their skill people are as good as anybody. But what happened to them last year, Mike Zimmer's a teacher. Mm-hmm. They were young on defense. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a preseason, and they were just lost in September. They are the team in the NFL this year. You can put it down. They're the double your win total team. They'll absolutely be. I think their win total's around 8.5. Bet the over. Bet the over on the Vikings. That's a 10-win team.
That's a big burn for a team that was only 3 years removed from winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's hard to think about.
Receivers, tight end, running back. Actually, their O-line now is better than it was about 3 years ago. They've worked on that. And Kirk Cousins is fine. He's Derek Carr. You can win a lot of games with Kirk Cousins. You can win a lot of football. They go 11-6 next year. Nobody is shocked. No. Nobody. Good stuff.
All right.
Alex for the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
So excited for Jason McIntyre. We call it tomorrow's headlines today. The former newspaper guy stops by to predict. I imagine it'll be about the NFL draft. All fired up. There's one thing we all face. We know it. It's age. It's inevitable. I'm not going to ever be as young as I am in this second. But listen, how do you deal with age? Well, I try to eat right. Not perfect. I like my occasional, beers. Fight back. Got to take care of your body workout. How about adding a supplement every morning? The everyday supplement for guys with drive. M-Drive. Keeps you energized, strong, lean. A little fatigue lately? Put on some weight. Give it a try. Go to mdriveformen. Sitting on a couch watching Michael Jordan play in the finals. And I don't remember who it was against because he was in a lot of them. And I remember thinking to myself, well, he's not the thickest guy. He didn't have the best jump shot. And a lot of guys are 6'6". Everything with Michael just was so easy, just the hang time. And Kobe had a little bit of that. When people are great, you don't notice the mechanical excellence. It's just Justin Herbert, to me, it's just, you saw it in the first throws. He's just out there having fun and flinging it. He doesn't have to set up. He doesn't have to move it. Just the ball comes out, and He is what I would call just an easy thrower. And Trevor Lawrence, and just, when you're gifted, like we called him the natural, it's just some people in industries were born to sing, born to dance, and born to throw a football. It's the reality of it. Alex with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Colin, I got to add one more to that list for you. Just because I've watched Mike Trout from the moment he came in the league, another player, just so naturally gifted.
Can field, can hit.
Everything, just having fun.
By the way, he got hit on the elbow last night.
He got taken out of the game.
What's the latest?
We'll find out.
It sounded bad on Twitter. I heard the sound of it.
Yeah, I mean, it hit his pad.
Yeah,
luckily.
Clank.
But, yeah, you just hope. You never want to see the best player in the game go down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Browns had some turnover on defense, losing 5 starters this offseason. But they filled some of those holes in free agency, most notably with the addition of Jadeveon Clowney. And Myles Garrett is very excited about how Cleveland's defense will look next season. He said, I think we can do a lot. I don't know what we're doing in the draft, but with the pieces we have now, I think will be very scary. So I'm looking forward to it.
The secondary will be significantly better. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the linebacking core and the secondary were weak. Yeah. I mean, Cleveland, they were really bad on the back end. And the downside of that, of course, is when you look at the AFC with Mahomes and Josh Allen, is you can outplay a team. I mean, they got beat up by Derek Carr. Mm-hmm. They were a bad team on the back end. That's like having a bad bullpen in baseball. You can outplay a team and leak runs late. You won't win. Yeah, so Cleveland is really dependent last year on their pass rush, because if Garrett didn't play, they got no pressure and they were bad. But I think the acquisition of John Johnson from the Rams was really almost as big as any acquisition in the NFL. He called plays, super smart, understands the game. They're pretty young back there. He's like a grown-up. Like that, to me, they have solved their safety issues.
It's a big prove-it year for Cleveland. I mean, they think they shocked everyone when they won their first playoff game in 26 years last year, but now they're familiar. You know, it's second year. It's Baker's fifth-year option got picked up. I mean, a lot of them are playing for contracts. So prove-it year for Cleveland. Well, moving on, the NFL is full of young talent, but who is the best of the best?